is home for podcasts, live streams, and unfiltered conversations. This is Dallas On Air.
Podcast that's a transformational show about dance and a people's journey to success. That's just a vibe. Welcome to the couch.
The Groove, sponsored by the flyest station in the nation, flyradio.com. Your station for music lovers. Listen live 24 hours on flyradio.com. Download our app from the Google Play Store for talent or advertising opportunities. Please call 773-FLY-DIVA, otherwise known as 773-359-3482.
Some stories are told with words, others with a different language. The groove. Feel the rhythm, embrace the moment. On Dallas On Air.
Good evening and welcome to the couch. I am excited to be back with everyone, and I'm really super excited to introduce my guest. I have known her for a while, but I don't know how long I've known her, but it's been a while. So please welcome to the groove and to the couch, Miss Leisha Rutledge.
Hey, hi everyone. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. I'm so excited to be here, y'all. I'm going to try to contain all this energy, but I'm excited.
Well, I am excited to have you. So I have known you for a while, and I don't really know when I met you, but I know when I met you, it was at the Heritage Ball. And I've been every year, so I don't know when it was I met you. Do you recall?
I don't recall exactly how long ago it was, but I do recall when I met you, how I remembered you was you had on a suit that had keyboards on it. And your dance was everything. I was pretty new to the dance. So you just made me feel so comfortable. I enjoyed flowing with you. And from that day on, I look for you. Okay. So I don't know how long it was, but I've been stepping for 9 years.
Okay.
So yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, you're one of my favorite people to dance with, and you're one of the most fashion-forward women I know.
Thank you.
And you're always fly. And your dance is a dream. It's lovely. And the dance we're talking about is Chicago Stepping. So,
thank you.
I know of you, but I don't know a lot about you. So where were you born and raised?
I am from New York, Mount Vernon, New York, Westchester County, also referred to as Heavy Earning Mount Vernon. A couple of people that's from there is Heavy D, Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
That's where I'm from. I went to college in Greensboro, North Carolina, came back home, and now Atlanta is my home, Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been here for about 37 years.
Well, so this is odd but funny because I have something in common with every guest I've had on.
Okay.
I had no idea you were from New York.
Okay.
I spent a big part of my life in New York.
Did you? What part?
I lived in Yonkers. I lived in White Plains.
Oh,
and I lived
wow. That's
downtown.
where I used to, that was my stomping grounds.
Right. So I lived there because I went to Juilliard.
Oh,
And so
okay.
that's kind of what took me to New York. And then after that, I danced with Alvin Ailey for like 12 years.
Wow.
So that's
See, I
kind
learned
of,
something new about you too. So that's a good thing.
that's kind of
Yeah.
what has my New York connection. So I was never a four-season guy. So when I retired from dancing, I said, I'm going to go to a tropical climate because I'm a tropical guy. So
Gotcha.
it's interesting that we were both in New York and we were both involved in fashion. So I've been in probably over 20 different fashion weeks through the years.
Okay.
Modeling, and I'm still actively modeling now. So that's interesting to know. Did you play any sports growing up? Because I know New York is cutthroat, and that's where the talent lies. Did you play any sports or anything like that growing up?
To be honest, I was actually an introvert. I mean, you may not believe it now, but I was actually an introvert. I did dabble a little in track in high school, and what I did was shot put.
Oh,
So, growing up in my teen years, I was not the healthiest version of me. I was actually an introvert and I was overweight. So, I kind of didn't do a lot of things until I went to college.
okay. And then you just
hmm
blossom like the flower you
Then I
are.
just blossomed. I did. I did. And I'm still growing into something different. So, I love it.
Well, that's good because that means we're just simply evolving.
That's it. That's it.
So, what piqued your interest in Chicago stepping?
Okay. As I said, I've been dancing for about 9 years. And at that time, I was going through a life shift.
Okay.
And I've always danced. I would say I'm a dance mom. I've got two daughters, and they came out the womb dancing. No, they danced
Okay.
since they could walk.
Okay.
So I was always in the dance studio, dancing, tap dancing, liturgical dancing, that kind ballet dancing, because I was there with them.
Okay.
Then, since I spent so much time there, I started doing it and ended up teaching tap and piano at the studio my girls grew up in. So that's what piqued my interest in dance and music, and I played the piano and stuff. So when I got grown, I didn't have to worry about being in the children's recitals. A friend of mine introduced me to Chicago stepping at this point of the change of my life. And I kind of just took it and ran with it. Oh, I get to dance with a male, and we get to just flow and make beautiful music and movement together. And that was it. So about 9 years ago, I shifted my dancing from the ballet, tap dance, to the grown Chicago step.
So I hear you stepping into some of the areas where I kind of mastered it. So that's awesome to know. Do you do any Detroit
Mhm.
ballroom?
I don't.
Not yet.
I don't. Not yet. And I'm going to say this: I would not mind doing it. I would love doing it. But to me, the Detroit ballroom, you have to be in a space where they offer it, right? Where you've
Right.
got some people who can
True.
teach it to you. And
True.
I'm just not familiar with those people here in Atlanta.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to do something to get you to Dallas so I can teach you some swing out or do something like that.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
that's what I was doing every year at Heritage Ball. I was teaching swing out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now there is one guy, and I can't call his name
I
right
know.
now,
No
who
need to
teaches
mention him.
swing out
Yeah,
here. But
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah. And he's a good
hmm
guy. He's a good guy, Liddell.
hmm
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
And I actually took a introductory class, and it's so similar sort of to stepping, right?
Yeah, it's
So, but
similar
I was
but
getting them
different.
confused. I was getting them
Yeah,
confused.
it's similar but different. Like stepping, uh, all the ladies start with their left on their left foot. Swing
Mm-hmm.
out, you start on your right. So they're polar opposites. Stepping is done in a
Gotcha.
slot where swing out is circular or semicircular. So
Mm-hmm.
and the beat counts are totally different. They're night and day. They're night
Gotcha.
and day. You know, in stepping we dance to the top of the note, the cymbals, the hi hats. Uh, Swing out, you dance to like regular shaky booty music. Snap, move, snap, move. So,
Okay.
but it can
Okay.
be very, 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 very what's elegant based
Yes, it
on
can be.
the lady and her movement, not based on the guy. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of liberties that you will have with swing out as far as autonomously dancing, even though you're
Mm-hmm.
with a lead versus stepping, which makes the dance really intriguing.
Right. And to me, that's what all those dances are about. The flow of the woman, the comfort and the confidence of the woman.
Right.
So,
And I
yeah.
agree because the dance is all about the ladies. And that's what I teach and that's what I want guys to get instead of peacocking all the time.
Right, right. And I was going to say that's what it's supposed to be. That's not always how it turns out, but it's all good.
So let's talk about this beautiful Is it a blouse or a dress that you're wearing?
It's actually a dress, and my gosh, I must have made this way back when I started dancing 9 years ago. This dress has got to be 8 years old. I love it because of the colors. Um, and it matches my wall too. No, I'm just kidding. I love it because of the colors, and it just makes me feel a certain way. My belief in fashion is it should be a semblance of what you feel inside. It should reflect what you're feeling inside, and the people should see it externally. A lot of times people want to replicate what they see somebody else with, right? And I get those requests. I want that dress, not keeping in mind they don't have that body type,
Right.
and they don't have that energy.
Right.
Everybody can't pull off everything. So that's what my main thing is, dressing from the inside out.
I totally agree with you. Your dress should permeate who you are.
Hmm.
I learned that as a young toddler when I was in magazines modeling. My agent was like, if you don't look the part, you won't feel the part. And so you just need to make
Exactly.
sure that you put you in front of everything and represent yourself and be consistent in it. So when it comes to
Right.
fashion, I think you and I share that. And I always knew I loved everything that you're in. It's just recently I found out that you are a designer and creating clothes. So you said you went to school and you went to school for fashion design, right?
I did. I went to school for fashion design. I minored in business admin, but I've been sewing since I was 7 years old.
Oh,
My mother sewed. She was a seamstress and she made my brothers and my clothes, right? So I got my first sewing machine at the age of 7. And my uncle bought it for me. And I used to sew doll clothes. Just I played with the baby doll, Barbie dolls and stuff like that, and I would sew those clothes. And then as I got older, that interest just matured, because I like the creativity part of it. When you have long arms or long legs, or the fashion for your age really isn't age appropriate, but that's the size you're in. You can do so much with it. So yes, that's what I went to school for. I got my degree in fashion design many years ago.
you did say you're grown, grown.
I'm grown, grown. I'm grown, grown.
So do you travel a lot?
Yes. So I'm retired now, right? I'm retired. I've been retired for 10 years.
Oh my, what are you retired
Yes.
from?
I worked for IBM for
Oh,
33 years.
you okay?
I was in the big blue for
Okay.
33 years, and I retired 10 years ago. I'm not going to mention my age, but I retired 10 years ago. And I was trying to figure out, do I want to do anything else? That's when I took my business to like a full-time status,
Hmm.
because as I was grooming a family, raising children, I really didn't sew a lot for other people. I
Okay.
sewed for my girls, because I have two girls, and myself, right? But
Okay.
when I retired, I started putting myself out there to sew for other people because it was different. When I was younger, people thought sewing was supposed to be cheap, cheap. Okay. They didn't realize they were going to pay for originality, custom fit, the time, and
Right.
all of that. The younger people could not understand that. Now,
Right.
in my age bracket, I don't have a problem. People want what they want, and they're going to pay for what they want.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
I learned that at a very early age because I'm a military brat, and so we lived overseas. So all of the clothes that I wore all the way until I came back to the States when I was a
Well,
junior in high
custom,
school
right?
were custom. Uh,
Yeah.
Shoes as well. So this outfit that I have on, this shirt that I have on, it's all custom. I don't wear anything that's not. And it's kind of ironic. Those who know me know that my father said, when you go back to the States, you've been accustomed to a certain standard of living, and you're gonna have to make some sacrifices if you want things made for you like you're accustomed to. So
Right.
uh,
Because it's much less expensive over there to have things made for you.
dirt cheap.
Um,
But
yeah, dirt
but
cheap.
but here was the thing though. Coming back to the States, I had to locate a master tailor
Hmm.
because of the preferences of I can't sew,
Hmm.
but I know what I like, and I like abstract dressing with an old school flair.
I see that.
So if you see me in all of my suits and what I have on now, all of this is pretty much old school stuff. But it has some unique variables to it that makes the fabric pop. Like my collar is
Hmm.
a different color from the rest of the shirt, but it matches
Right.
my French cuffs, all that other kind of stuff. So I can
Right.
appreciate all of the detail.
Right.
You
And that's
wore
what I
something.
like, a lot of small details. Yes.
So you wore an outfit at the Heritage Ball that I loved. And I
Thank
told
you.
you I loved it. I loved you in
Thank
it,
you.
and I
Thank
loved
you.
everything about how you were doing it. So Leisha and I were dancing, and the outfit she had on was long and flowing and elegant and was somewhat dragging the floor. And as we were grooving, I saw the way she made adjustments. And it was like, I don't know how to describe it. The outfit kind of had like tails to it,
Hmm.
or streamers, if you will,
Hmm.
something to that effect, but not in the streamer that you and I think about. It's elegant. It flowed with the outfit, and she was able to do several things with it. When she was dancing with me, she kind of wrapped it around, kind of like, uh, what do you call it? N- Not a cloak, like a layer or
Fanned it
something.
out, held it up,
Yeah, and
and
then when she was
trying to
dancing,
manipulate my hands for you to have access to as well.
right, and so when she was dancing with other guys, she kind of maneuvered it a different way. Oh, I didn't take my eyes off you. I was like, oh, that outfit is fire, and everything you're in is fire. So
Thank you.
let's show. Well, let's do this. Let's. You send me some information that I want to make sure that we get out about you, as
Okay.
far as your flyers, your website, how to contact you, and things of that nature. So we're going to pull
Okay.
some of that up and just have you talk to it, because I want
Okay.
everybody to know how they can get to you, and if they can see your website underneath your name. That way you can get the level of support that you want and get the contacts that you need, so we can help you keep growing
Gotcha.
this empire that you're building.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So I'm gonna talk to this. So I do a lot. I will say this: being in the dance community, oh my gosh. So people see you and like your outfit. So when you say I made it, you made it, really, you made it. So and the dance community loves to dress like grown people, right? I've done a couple of fashion shows. That piece right there is from a fashion show that I themed African attire. That was at the nice set in Virginia. That's prom. A lot of the guys, the young guys these days, they want to have their expensive shoes, but they want to bling out their suits. That was from the fashion show. It was just a drape. You can kind of versatilely wear it with other things. So that this guy right here, he wanted to be the king of the prom, even though he wasn't crowned the king of the prom. So he wanted to take
That kind of reminds me of Coming to America. Oh, is that the outfit? That's the
that's the
outfit.
outfit I had on.
Okay, can we pause right there real quick? So this is the outfit that she had on. Hold on, we're gonna get to it.
Okay.
But so it's funny because you mentioned NYCE event, and
Hmm.
they always ask me to stay, and I was like, I don't want to see these amateur models.
So it's fun.
Wait,
It's
wait, wait.
fun.
But then that's the first thing I said. But the reality is every time I go to that event, I get stranded due to weather. So I'm typically out the first thing smoking Sunday morning. So tell us about this outfit.
Mm. Okay. So that I wore, I created that for the Heritage Ball that happens here in Atlanta.
Uh huh.
And it's a whole weekend event. And Friday night is dedicated to African culture. So I So I was actually inspired. I see a lot of things I get inspired by, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna add a twist to it. So I actually saw something like that that inspired me. My fabric, my African fabric, comes directly from Nigeria because my son-in-law is from Nigeria, and he goes home and he always brings me back a boatload of African authentic cloth, right? So, I mean, I even did the head thing, which was I had to Google to see how to tie these head wraps. But that's what inspired me. And if you notice where I saw it, it was to flow.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one thing a lot of people don't understand either. When they see something that they like and they want, everything's not functional where you want to wear it. It has to be functional. When you see the pitch of it, most of the time I created that as well for this. I think it was her 50th birthday. Ivy, she's one of my great customers. She's very eloquent. So she wanted this long dress, and I'm gonna go back to the other one. So it had a coat to it as well. So I had the tails or the draping on there, which was really not conducive to the Chicago stepping, because though you were being very careful with Adrian, other guys, they didn't care. They were stepping on my dress, turning me around, and I'm like, you stepping on my dress. So I kind of knotted it up to lift up the length of it, and that's how I wore it the rest of the night. So yeah, I get inspired by things that I see, but I also keep in mind the functionality of it. What am I wearing it to? That one I said I could have made it a little shorter. That is from a fashion show, the Nice Fashion
Yep,
Show.
both of them.
That's from the Nice Fashion Show
And
as well.
that's my good friend Donna Peak, who's modeling
Yes,
now professionally.
yes,
So I'm so excited
she
for
does a
her.
great job, right? That was a prom request. Young man wanted this jacket. He most of the times they come with their ideas of what they want. Donna and Mike actually had coordinating outfits. That was for the fashion show at Nice.
Was that
And
this
so I
year?
want to. No, that was 2 years ago.
Okay, that was when I
That
was there, but I left. Okay.
got you. That was a young lady, her eighth grade dance. That's the guy with his cape and all his greatness.
Okay.
So let me see what other ones. So I kind of listen to the client. I do consultations. I wore that for the emerald set. The colors were green and gold, and I made that to wear to the emerald set. I
Isn't
had a
that
little
this
green
weekend?
shoes on. It is.
Are you going?
It is. I'm not.
Oh,
I
okay.
am not.
Me either. I have
I
my event Friday.
right. I made this top for someone who wanted to wear it to a set with some jeans, and that's the back of that jacket. I guess you flip it back and forth on here.
Yeah, it's just shuffling.
Okay. So yeah, most of that's Heritage Ball a couple of years ago. I made that outfit for him in the hat, and I upstyled too. So what I have on actually was upstyled. That's all the models from that fashion show that I did in Nice that was African American themed. African history, Wakanda. That's the year because Wakanda had just come out, Black Panther, and I was inspired by the Black Panther.
Okay.
So yeah, there's different things that inspire me. I won't sew for everybody because um, I feel that my work should be a positive representation. And if you want something that I don't feel is your body appropriate, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it because I don't think it's going to look the best on you just because of your dynamics, right?
Right.
So I don't, people come with a pitch. I want this. Okay, well, let me recommend because I do consultations. Let me recommend maybe you like this, but let me recommend we do this instead because of this on your body or whatever. So most of the time they're very open to my recommendations. Um, they're open to them and they
Mm.
listen. I don't want to just sew and get your money. I want you to look your best in the outfit.
So when they bring you this, are you going through what most people in your profession do is have swatches that you can look at for fabrics or textures or things of that nature? Or is it that and or they bring fabric to you that they have bought and want you to do something with? What
So it can go either way. I have a few clients that don't care what I make, they just want me to make them something, right? And I know I've gotten used to what their style is, right? So she gets all her fabric, she orders it from Mood Fabric in New York, and she just comes
Oh,
by and says, "You," because it's an older lady, a cancer survivor, and she likes short dresses. And so, as long as it's not past her knee, up in between her knee and her thigh, and it has a certain flair to it, she doesn't care. She said, "Just do your thing," right? Then I have some people who come to me. We do the consultation. They come to me, and either after the consultation, they can say, "Well, I'll go out and look for some fabric," or we can meet at the fabric place like that, or you can just trust my choices. So there's various ways we can do it.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably
Yes.
perceive me to be a very difficult client.
Okay, so what is your preference? How do you prefer?
I find my own fabric.
Oh no, that's not
Yeah,
difficult.
I find my own fabric. I draw the pictures of how I want it done,
Uh-huh.
and the complexities of it. And I didn't think to bring that, but I can show
Mm-hmm.
you just the detail of how I want things done. And these details have been learned details from interacting with master tailors, of me trying to share with them how I wanted things, and then they would say, "No, you don't want this because of this."
Mm-hmm.
So from
Mm-hmm.
the cuff that I have to uh, the button that I have on my inseam on my pants, the details of
Right.
that are very particular. I know there was a time when all of my suits I had glass buttons,
Okay.
and
But
so
see,
the
when you are consistent with a certain tailor, they
right,
get used to that, and it's
right.
not a pain.
But here's the problem. What I didn't realize about glass buttons is when you take them to the cleaners, the pressure can crack or break the button. And
So you
these
have to take
weren't
them off.
no, these weren't cheap buttons. I just couldn't take them to the cleaners. I had to find
Okay.
alternative ways to have my suits cleaned.
Okay.
Yeah, that didn't require chemicals. And so that's
And
what
that's another thing. So
mhm.
everybody doesn't understand those things, and I do my best to try to explain it to them, right? And so you know the time and the money that it takes to have tailored outfits in the US, right? For men
Absolutely,
to
and
have
how many
tailored
yards it takes for me based on what I want.
Exactly. And the time it takes, especially if you're a new client,
Mhm.
because most of the time you're gonna make a sample till
Right.
you get their fittings correct, right?
Uh-huh.
So with that being said, I really don't do that anymore because it's too time consuming. I do have a life, right? I said I don't ever want it to feel like I'm in a sweat factory because I like to do other things, right? So when it becomes no longer fun and giving me joy, then I'm not going to want to do it. So what the guys do now, I do a lot of alterations for the guys. I do a lot of upstyling.
So
So
let
that's what I'll do.
let
And if it's a casual, like a linen outfit, I'll
uh-huh.
do that. But the tailored suits, yeah, I stay away from that.
Well, fine, whatever.
I stay away from that
So let's do
because
this.
you see the intricacies.
I do, but let's talk about your definition of upstyling. So people that are getting into fashion or trying to figure out how they can procure your services, so they can understand what upstyling means. I know what you mean by it,
Okay.
but if you can speak
Uh-huh.
to that a little bit, I think that would help.
Do you have those pictures that I sent you, the ones with the men's jackets and stuff? That way I can talk to those because that was
Yes.
upstyling.
Okay, we will pull those up. But while we're pulling those up, let me ask you something. So, would you consider your fashion progressive, trendy, challenging? How would you consider the fashion that you create for yourself versus fashion that you may create for clients?
It depends. It depends on what I'm wearing it to.
Okay.
For the most part, I like clean, sophisticated. Um, give you a peep, but not give you the whole sandwich kind of thing. Like not give you the whole. I want there to be something to the imagination. I don't care how fine your body is. That's just my personal
So
preference,
you
right?
may show a little lettuce, but you're keeping the meat compact.
Well, I don't eat meat, so I'll give you some tofu combat.
Okay.
But so it depends. Like it just depends on how I feel. Again, fashion for me is inside out.
Right.
It
And for me as
depends on
well.
where I am in my life, what condition my body is in. All of that takes place in my decision. So again, I am clean lines, small details, little sexy going on in there as
A lot of
well.
sexy going on in there. Nope. Okay, so let's stop with the foolishness. So so for those of you who don't know Leisha, and for those of you who do, Leisha
Mhm.
is tall and statured and gorgeous and
Well,
elegant
thank you.
and
Thank you. Oh my
sophisticated.
gosh.
She's all of these things that when you see her, the song "The Men All Pause" by Climax, you literally do that in an appreciative way.
Wow.
So I've never
Okay.
told her this, but
I
I
receive
just think
that.
the
I
world
receive it.
of
I
how she
receive it.
carries herself, because in a place where you really don't know people's authenticity, you see that when you meet her.
Well,
And
thank you.
and
I
that's
receive
and
it.
that's what she permeates. So she's tall. I'm 6'1" and she's tall. So
Well, I have to say this, Adrian. When I come in there with flats, which is very rare, they're like, oh my God, you're not that tall. I just wear high heels. I'm really just 5'7.5",
well,
for
that's
real.
tall. That's tall.
Okay,
That's
okay,
tall.
okay.
That's
But
tall.
I love the heels. It makes me feel, again, it's all about me. It makes me feel a certain
Right.
way. I dress for me, and I always say, if you enjoy it, that's a plus. But I'm dressing for me.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So you're okay. Here we go.
What we go into the jackets, the jackets, the men's
The
jackets.
Okay, I think we're getting there.
Okay,
He's gonna let it roll a little bit.
okay,
Yeah,
cool,
they're gonna
cool.
roll.
So back to your question is so that's what I consider myself. Depending now, sometimes I feel like getting a little frisky and wearing something that you probably would think is totally out of my character. But as long as it looks good on me, I'm okay with it. And I don't believe in honestly, I throw away the age. I don't care how old I am. If I want to wear it, it feels good on me and it looks good on me, I'm going to wear it. It doesn't matter. A lot of times I crack up because my daughters see the transition of my personality because they're grown out doing their own thing and they're always
Hmm.
talking about, oh, you going to do that two-stepping. So I go Chicago stepping, right?
Right.
And they're like, Ma, where you going? I said, just say I look nice. Because they're like, Ma, what? I can shop in my daughter's closet for real. And my daughter's 36. I can shop in her closet.
Okay.
So, mm-hmm.
All right.
So I was doing the ascots, the ties, and those. I try to do things that I can put out there and don't have to have customized. A tie
Okay.
and an ascot and a pocket square, versatile. Many people could wear it. Anybody could wear it. Okay.
So you sew
So yeah.
everything.
I do not sew everything.
Okay.
I can appreciate sales and a good gift.
Okay.
And that's the first thing people ask me. Did you make that? And I have to say, nah, I didn't make this one, but I can. But no, I didn't make it.
Okay. All right.
So I wear a lot of things, special occasions I'll sew. Like everyday stuff, I really don't wear. It's the dancing and the special occasions that I'll sew something for.
So how do you combine your love for dance and selling fashionable clothing? Because you are the billboard for
Right.
ladies attire.
Hmm. Um, it's difficult toggling. It is difficult toggling because again, we all have other things in our lives that we're doing. I'm retired. I worked for 33 years, so I'm really not trying to work that hard. I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable, as far as financial. So I don't do it because I need money. I can use money, but that's not my whole goal, right?
Hmm.
So the way I toggle it is because then I got grandkids that I keep, and I love doing things with them as well.
I didn't know
Remind
you
me
were a
again.
grandmother.
What? Every day I keep my grandkids. Every
What?
day. From
What?
6 a.m. to 4 p.m.
So what's your grandmother name? Because when I grew up,
Grandma, I'm old school.
okay.
Grandma. We go
That-
uppercase the grand part of it. Grandma. Okay.
okay,
That's
that's
what
good
I
to know
am.
because I've heard a whole bunch of stuff like
Oh my gosh. I'm not doing all of that.
Glamour Gigi and
Me, Ma, and Glam Ma.
right.
No,
I,
I'm not
I didn't
doing all
realize that was such a thing, but I don't have any kids, so it's funny to
right.
me when I
What did
hear
they
all
say?
of
What's
that.
that saying? What's obvious doesn't need to be said. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not gonna do all of that. I'm grandma, okay?
So when someone comes to you and you
hmm
decide to take them on as a client, and I'm sure you put together a contact sheet of their measurements, height, and all the other things that you would need
Yes.
if you were going to make something. From that consult, walk me through, because I want people to be prepared when they meet with you from this show.
hmm
Walk me through how they go about getting a consultation. And as you do that, we're going to put your marketing information up.
Okay. Okay. So when someone new reaches out to me and wants something, I do a consultations. A lot of times they'll start going into it on the phone when they call me, and I said we're not going to do that because a lot of times I don't know what they look like, what their body type is.
Hmm.
So I say, okay, we're going to schedule a consultation. There's a minimal fee for that consultation that does go towards the work, but my time is is money. So I need you to commit, and the only way you can get a confirmed appointment is to do that because I need to know that you're serious about it. So
So
they do that. We come in. I'm sorry. Go
so
ahead.
on
What were
your
you gonna ask?
consultation, that consultation fee is paid prior to the appointment, correct?
Exactly. That's what
Okay.
confirms your appointment.
And the name of your business is called Tailored Effects, not
Yes.
Effects.
Right.
And your
Tailored
slogan
effects.
is "Let me fit you like a
Fit you like a
glove."
glove.
Okay.
Right.
And so
Right.
everyone can see your contact information, your website, tailoredeffects.com, how to reach you via Gmail at tailoredeffects at Gmail, your Facebook, and your IG. So what's your
Mhm.
preference of how people contact you?
I like conversations. It doesn't matter. On my website, there is a form you
Okay.
could submit that asks you what is it you're looking for, what's your contact information, and then I'll call you within 48 hours of receiving that form. So we're going to have an initial conversation. Now, if you're out of state, if you're not local to me, it's easier when you're local to me, of course, right? Because I can take my own measurements. I can do my own things, right?
Right.
I can get you when I need you for my fittings. That's what's really important, right? Because I really believe the perfect fit is what makes the outfit. I don't care how well it's constructed. If it's not fitting your body, then, just like when you buy an expensive suit out the store, if it's not fitting your body, it's just not going to look the best. So we do that. We talk about what it is you want. That is the first page on my web page. So
Look
we
at
talk
those
about what
legs.
you
Look at
want.
those legs. Look at those legs. Look at that torso. This is
Ooh,
what I'm
child,
talking
but
about. Every time I see Leisha, she looks like this. No
thank
days
you.
off.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
and when I found out that you're making clothes, I was like, that makes sense. I wonder if she's ever modeled.
And no, I haven't. Let me tell you, I've modeled in my own wear, like in little fashion shows and stuff, but never professionally have I modeled. I love it. Now I wish I had time to do it. I
Oh,
would love to
I was
do
gonna
it.
say we can help you with that. You just gonna have to leave them grandbabies with their mamas
No,
and
and that's
daddies.
what I told my daughter. I said, "You are really cutting me back because I want to do some acting too. You are cutting me back right now."
There's a word that starts with an N. No.
No, I get it. I get it.
So
I
what
get
page
it.
is this?
That's my Facebook page, so you'll
Okay.
be familiar. If you just put in Tailored Effects, that should come up. That's what it looks like. That's my
Seamstress,
Facebook page.
clothing designer, stylist for hire. You do original designs and redesigns.
Right.
Okay.
Redesign, I consider something you saw in a picture and you want me to replicate it.
Got it.
And so you were talking about the upstyling too. You want me to go back to that, or
Well,
you have
tell us
something?
about what's right in front of us.
So that is my web page.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my web page, and that's my mission statement. And it just restates what I said. I believe clothing should express what you feel inside. I try to work with the clients to meet their needs based on my knowledge, letting them know this is maybe what you envision, but realistically, that may not give you the appearance you think you're going to get. So let's do this instead. I keep it totally transparent, totally real with them. Like, this is it. I mean, we all have things we want, but we really aren't there yet. So yeah. I mean, because I can take an outfit and make it in your size. You can take anything and make it in your size, but
Right.
is it going to complement you the best? Not always.
Right. So you mentioned that you prefer your clients to be local.
I do, depending on what it is.
Right. And if it's not, what does that process look like?
Unfortunately, now, like if I have somebody who has like the models, well, not even today, it's not like that. But I'm gonna tell you, Adrian, now I understand. I used to have such a problem with back in the day, or a few years back, seeing models only that looked like they were size 0s, size 3s, anorexic, or whatever. But I understand now why, because it makes it so much easier for a designer to fit those clothes on them, right? And the attention is more on the clothes opposed to the person.
Correct.
Right? You the attention, if you voluptuous and all of that, people gonna be like, wow, she got a banging body. Are you really looking at my clothes?
Correct. Correct.
So
Like
if they're somewhere far, it just depends. A lot of clients have said, well, I come to Atlanta often, and it depends on how fast you need it.
Right.
Because you're not giving me nothing to work with. I can do measurements, which I've done, depending on what it is,
Right.
what kind of fabric it is. If it's a tailored something, it needs to fit you perfect. If it's
Right.
something that has stretch in it, you've got some leeway, right? I can go based on measurements and stuff.
So in the past, I have had tailors. Some of my friends were doing custom made suits. They weren't the tailor, but they were farming them out overseas. And
Yep.
I wanted to know if this is an option for you or if it's part of your business process. But those individuals would make part of my package is them traveling if I wasn't able to for fitting. So I would pay, just for example, if I have a DJ like Samsonite's coming this Friday, I make sure that I have their ticket, a place for them to stay, and their fee. So I don't know if you do that, if it's something you're willing to do that or consider doing that, if your clients would fly you out for these fittings or initial meetings. Is that something that you've done or you would consider?
To be honest, that's definitely a great concept. And maybe 15 years ago, that'd have been something that I would have wanted to do or considered doing. But at where I am now in my life, that's taken on a
Gotcha.
bit.
Too
That's
much.
taken on. Yeah, it really is. And a lot of times, even when they want to pay, sometimes, the money just ain't the value of what I need to do. So yeah. That's definitely a great concept though, Adrian. People want to fly me out. That was been in my heyday, my younger years, okay? But right now, I'm limited in time that I have.
So when you go out dancing and you're at sets, I know that women often approach you. How does that go because every time I see you're stylish. What is that conversation like?
It's always, I'm very thankful. Thank you. I said, a lot of times I'm like, I made it. But see, right now, most people in the sets, no, that's what I do, especially the women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got some people who reach out to me who do sew, who they dabble in sewing, and I'm very open. So I have a question. How do I do this? And I share that information. I've been asked, do I want to do sewing classes? Again, that's time that I don't really have to do, you know? Then they were saying you can do online, which I've considered and I am still considering, putting it out there online for you to have access to it that way. But I receive it. I receive it. I'm very appreciative. I'm like, thank you. And most of the time, they're like, oh my God, that is so nice. Do you so you can make this for me and blue blue. And we have those conversations. Sometimes it's follow through. Sometimes it's not. It's just a conversation.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
I love it though. I love it. I think they look to see if every time I feel like I'm letting them down. Did you make that? No, I didn't make this one. I feel like I'm letting them down when I didn't make it. And I always have to end it with, but I can make it. But no, I didn't make that one. This one was on sale, honey. I could appreciate a great sale.
So, do you do physical cards or do you do QR codes for people to reach you?
I have both.
Okay.
I have a physical, I'm not going to say a QR code, but I have a physical card and then I can, however, whatever platform you use, I can send you my business card like
Okay.
that. QR code's a great idea, but no, I don't. I'm gonna be quite honest with you, Adrian. I like to keep it small. I'm not trying to farm my business out there.
Uh
I want
oh.
to keep it
Uh
a very
oh.
no,
No,
not
no, 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 no.
but
After this show, that may not be the case much
oh
longer.
no, no. But see, we'll have that conversation. I want to energy means everything to me. It really does.
Right.
And I have to feel you to even want to sew for you, seriously. Um, I need everything that comes in my space to be positive energy.
Understood.
I just do. So I'm very selective at, what jobs I will take. And I'm very honest too. For instance, the for the guys, you make custom suits. Y'all like your maid suits and Chicago stepping. Y'all want your maid suits. And I said, you know what, to be quite honest, I don't. But if you buy something, I will make it fit you like it was a custom made suit.
Got it.
But I'm not going to go through all the semantics of creating that for you. We can add stuff. That's the upstyling part, right? We can add things. So even if someone else has that exact same suit on, it's not going to look the exact same because we can do something different. Let me give you a story. Like one year, for how they love their white parties in the summertime, right? And so there was this dress that I ordered. And by the time I got ready to wear it, because I bought it for a certain event, I had already seen it like 6 times on the dance floor. I said, oh my God, I'm not going to. So I took it and I did my version. I added feathers to it. I added bling on it. So it didn't look like everybody who saw that dress. I said, I got a dress sort of like that, but it's not. No, it's not like that because I've done some different things to it. So that's the one thing I don't want to do is see myself on the dance floor. I'm just not. I don't want to see somebody looking or wearing the same outfit that I'm wearing. So
Well,
I'm going to do something different to it.
that's one thing I never have to worry about. you talk
Right,
you talk
right.
about my jacket with my lapels that have like
The piano
pianos
keys on it.
and
What?
the bib shirt that has the keys on it.
You love the music. You love the music. Yes, definitely. Trying to play somebody. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we just gonna do the 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's it.
Okay. And honestly, so it matters to me what the male looks like and what the female. That determines what kind of dance you're gonna get, right?
Tell me about that.
For
Tell me
me,
about it. Well, all we
because
care
if you
about is you
are
right
looking
now.
spit shine and just so debonair, I'm going to feel like I'm just floating on that dance floor. I'm going to connect with you better. And I know that's how it is for the males too, because I'll tell you how many times I've heard ear hustling, men complaining about women wearing sneakers and combat boots. Now, I give it to him. If that's what you want to do, to each his own. But that's not my preference.
See, and
I feel a
oof,
certain way when I'm dressed a certain way.
I agree with you. I can't say that I've ever knowingly asked a lady to dance that has been wearing combat boots or something like that. Unless it was probably a day set, but I rarely get a chance
Right?
to ask anybody to dance.
Because they come get you.
But I don't recall anyone coming to get me that is dressed down that way, probably because in casual sets, this is my casual. Everybody
Right.
knows I only
Yes.
have one white suit. So I'm only going to one white party. And it's typically going to be mine. So
Okay.
you're not going to see me at white
Okay.
suits. I'm not going to have another white suit made because, as you know, white is the hardest thing to keep clean. And women be wearing makeup and hands be greasy.
Oh my
And
God. How many times have I
I
bought?
had a white linen suit, my first white linen suit. And I wore it. I came back from Miami early. I had a day football game, and I came back, and I went to Black and Bling. Got off the plane, tailored white linen suit, and I have my suits made so where it contains my body heat, so it's not sweating through with all
Okay.
that other kind of
Okay.
stuff.
Oh, that's
So
another
so
thing.
there's
Being
layers to
soaking
my
wet, right?
lining. And I took the suit off and I took it to the cleaners and he said, "Adrian, you're going to have to throw that suit away."
Wow.
He goes, "It is so stained that I wouldn't even consider it. And I know how much you probably pay for your fabric." He said, "You're just going to have to chalk this up as a loss of knowing what to do and when not to wear it." He said, "You weren't in Miami, I'm sure." So that suit, a beige suit, linen suit, got tossed in the trash.
I am so conscious because we hug a lot, right? We hug a lot. And the guy want to put, I'm like, no, because I'm not trying to get my makeup on you. Because someone already did, and I don't want you to think it was me. I'm not, because that bugs me when I see that. I'm like, wow, did she not realize she just messed up his whole outfit? Not just for the night, probably, period.
So when am I going to get you to one of my sets?
You know what? I was just looking at that because
It's
I do
every
have a
second
little.
Friday.
It's every second Friday?
Every second
Okay.
Friday.
But what time is your set?
It's from 9 to 1-ish, depending on the DJ. So this month I have Samsonite, and we're going to put that up now. This month I have Samsonite. We're celebrating the last part of his birthday, Pisces season. Then in April, I'm having Myron the R. We're celebrating his birthday. In May, I'm having Shorty Smooth.
I'm going to make it out to see
June.
it. I don't keep the kids in the summer.
Okay,
Because my daughter's
June,
in
I think I have
education.
Jay Boogie. In July, for my birthday, I have
Oh,
Brian
maybe that's a
Steppen
good
B.
time for me to come for your birthday.
Yeah, CJ always is showing up surprising me
I
on
know.
huge momentous things, and she's the only person that can typically surprise me because everyone else I'll pretty much know. But this is what we have coming up
Okay.
this Friday, DJ Samsonite. For my
Okay.
2 parties under one roof, and we're celebrating the last part of his birthday that he started at the Heritage Ball. So we're excited about that. And again, it's every
Okay.
second Friday, and this is the 10th year that I've done it.
Okay.
And then I think we have Myron coming up. Myron will be DJing. So
That's April.
yeah,
Okay.
that's April. That's his birthday celebration.
Okay.
I don't know. Do we have May?
Oh, I'm
May.
definitely Adrian. I'm definitely denim
May,
and
Shorty
diamond.
Smooth. Yep. And so it's funny because you probably have heard I only have 2 pair of jeans. I don't wear blue jeans for a lot of reasons.
So
But
you mean you don't even adhere to your suggestions?
so again, it's not about me. I give the people what they want. People
Okay.
want
Okay. Makes
themes.
sense.
People want
That makes
themes.
sense.
Now,
Okay.
for denim and diamonds, I will wear some denim, but there will be a blazer or some type of brocade on.
Okay,
It's
that
not going
works.
to just
That
be
works.
blue jean shirt. No, we're not doing that. So I
Okay.
can do that. Now, I don't own a jersey.
Okay.
Again,
Me
it's not
neither.
about me. Everybody else loves that. So I
Okay.
do things because people ask me to, and as a promoter, I want to give the people what they want. It's not about what I conform to. And so I look forward to doing it. And these aren't things that I come up with. These are things that my team comes up with, and the feedback that I
Gotcha.
get from the people that are supporting me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely gonna make a point to come to one of those, and if I could just revisit something because I know it's getting late. We
Yes.
just been talking away,
Yes.
huh?
Let's revisit it.
Um,
Let's go.
so the upstyling, I just want people to be familiar with upstyling. Upstyling, in my version of upstyling, is taking something that you already have and bringing it up to date, up and you know the value of it up, adding things to it, taking away things from it. So it's something you already have existing in your wardrobe, and I change it. For the Heritage Ball, I did a lot of blazers, added the authentic African fabric to them. I did not make these blazers. I purchased these blazers and I upstyled them, right? So that's what my version, and it could be done with so many things, but that's my version of upstyling. And the last thing I do want to get in there unless you have anything thing else, is just kind of, you asked what was my vision, and I'm reading some so I don't leave something out. What was your vision in the type of clothes that you wanted to create?
Right.
And so my statement to that is I view clothing as more than just something to cover the external body, but something that speaks to your internal as well. Fashion wellness is really a thing. And my goal is to keep my clients help my clients uncover and reach their potential in this area by teaming with them to fuse my knowledge of style, fit, textures, dimensions, colors, and techniques with the look and feel they want to achieve that complements them the best. So that's it.
I love that.
You love that?
I
Thank you.
love that because we don't have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that you shared is visually something we can conceptualize.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
well done, my friend. And
Thank you, my friend.
I am so excited. And we're gonna have to get you back. We're gonna have to get you back on here. Talk
Well,
about
that hour went by fast. What?
I tried to warn you.
I enjoy talking to you. Next time I'm gonna have to be there.
Well,
I'm gonna have to make a point to come there.
Okay,
and
we
do
could
it.
be in studio. I'm here by myself,
Mhm.
so me and the engineer, Angel, who's the best engineer in the country.
Okay, Angel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angel.
Well,
And again, I appreciate you even wanting me to do this interview. I really do. I'm honored. I appreciate it, and much love to you, my brother.
yeah, it's
Much
about
love.
empowering and helping us be the best versions of ourselves and be great in the things we do. Because when people see you, all they know you are as, okay, well, man, she can groove, she can dance her butt off. But there's more to you than that. And my
It
whole
is.
purpose in asking you to come aboard is so people can see the intricacies of who you are, how you are, why you are, and what you're about that I appreciate. And I don't want to
Thanks.
I want to share you with everyone because you're
Thank
talented.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I love your creative energy. And you just such a gentleman. And you just make me feel like Ginger Rogers on the dance floor. Okay. So yes,
Well,
I
that's my
love it.
job. The dance is about you, and
That's
you're one of
it.
the loveliest women that I love dancing with. We're going to
Thank
wrap up,
you.
but we're going to show you
Okay.
a few commercials. I have a friend of mine that I'm going to give a shout out to. He's someone that I grew up with. He's a DJ Jam Magic. I asked him to put something together for me from a promotional and marketing perspective, and he threw this together for me. So I'm going to have him on probably next week. We're going to confirm. But I just kind of want you to see kind of what he put together for me as far as a branding perspective. So this is just a rough cut, but we're going to end the show. Thank you for joining us on the couch. We look forward to seeing you next week and hanging out on the couch again. My dear friend Leisha, love you.
Thank
You're
you.
amazing.
Thank you. Love you
And
more.
we will chat soon.
Okay, my dear.
Until then, Take care and God bless.
Okay, same to you.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you viewing.
Let me put you on. The Groove is an interview-style podcast with real conversations and real gems. Hosted by Adrian Carson. Support it. Tap in.
Let me guess you lie. Are you ready to bring the elegance back to dance? Join Master Instructor Adrian Carson.
At Groove Theory Dallas.
Chicago Steppin' Tuesdays.
Swing Out Thursdays.
Smooth music.
Grown vibes. Unforgettable.
Are you ready to bring the elegance back to dance? Join Master Instructor Adrian Carson.
At Groove Theory Dallas.
Chicago Steppin' Tuesdays.